In the midst of the coronavirus outbreak, I thought it would be interesting to hear how it affects different people. Let's hear how it affects my sister. Hi, I'm Sophie from the Into the Code class at SIS, and I'm here to ask you a few questions. So could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Emma, I'm 18 years old and I am a high school senior at Czech International School.
So how has the COVID-19 outbreak affected you?
It has surely affected me in many ways. I think the most obvious one is school-wise, since we've done online school since Chinese New Year, which has been a big challenge in some ways, but obviously the entire world is now dealing with the coronavirus, and it is something that affects all of us ultimately to some extent. So.
Yeah. And how do you feel about online school?
I have a lot of mixed feelings. In the beginning I really appreciated the flexibility of it, and it seemed nice, like staying at home,
yeah.
you know, but by now I am not the biggest fan. I think it's hard to maintain a structure and like separate studying from other activities.
Yeah.
So there are definitely some challenges associated with it as well.
Okay. And do you find that you're like less productive during online school compared to face-to-face school?
In a way, yes, because I feel like when I'm at home, I have more higher expectations for myself, because I'm like, oh, you're at home, you don't have any distractions, you can be productive all day long. But fact is, I can't, and so I don't consider myself as productive, and it is hard sort of keep pushing myself constantly to work. So I think ultimately I might not be as productive, which is not ideal either.
Ideal, yeah. So do you hope that school will start soon again, or at this point will it not really like have an effect on you since you're so close to finishing the IB?
It won't have an effect at all. I think so. By now I just need to work my butt off until the 20th of April, and then I'll be done ultimately. So by now it doesn't really matter to me.
And how do you feel about like the way IB has handled it, like handle the outbreak, like the decisions they've made in terms of exams and so on?
Okay, so for those who don't know it, the IBO has decided to cancel the May exams, which came as, I don't want to say a shock, because it's not surprising to me. I was hoping that they would go on with the exam session as usual, even though not everyone could participate in it and sit the exams. But they chose to cancel it because they wanted to be fair for everyone, and they want to prioritize the health and safety of their students.
Yeah.
So I understand their intentions, I understood why they did it, but it doesn't mean it's not frustrating, and it's not it's a situation, it's a decision that I've been in need of some time to digest it, because I had a lot of expectations in terms of how I would graduate high school, which now it's not going to happen the way I thought it would. But I do understand how, why they did the things they did.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now that we've heard how it affects my sister as a senior in high school, let's hear how it affects my dad. Hi, I'm Sophie from the Into the Code class at SIS, and I'm here to ask you a few questions. So could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. My name is Michael Andreasen, and I'm working as a system engineer at Harman Professional here in Shenzhen.
Okay, great. So have you been able to work during the corona outbreak?
Most of the time. Actually, first 3 weeks after Chinese New Year, we had to work from home. But we are using different tools like WebEx, so we managed it. And the last 3 weeks I have been in the office.
So you can go to work now?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not allowed to go to our suppliers.
Okay, so only here in Shenzhen?
Yes.
Okay.
If I go outside Shenzhen, I need to stay away from office for about 2 weeks before I can go back.
Okay. So has there been any challenges due to the corona outbreak?
Yes, because some people in the office are working on hardware, or doing testing and such thing, and it's hard to do from home. But if you are more doing paperwork, it can be done from home.
Okay. So besides affecting your work, has the virus outbreak affected like other things in your life?
Yes, there was a long period of time where Jensen was very quiet. All this. Most of his shops were closed and restaurants were closed and a bit boring.
Okay.
But now we are back in business again.
Okay.
And life is back in the city.
Yes. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
You're welcome.
Okay. For me, the coronavirus outbreak has mainly affected my school since we've had online school for nearly 3 months. In the beginning, I quite liked online school as I liked the flexibility of it, although I found that we sometimes had more work than we did at face-to-face school. I also found that the longer we've had online school, the less motivated I am, which I think is due to being stuck in the same place all day. And there also isn't much structure to the day, since we don't have much of a structured daily routine like we did before online school.